What's up, dudes? It's your bestest buddy in the whole frickin' galaxy, Urban Blaster, playing some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's that free-to-play mobile game because I don't pay for this shit. And today, in this video, we're going to be talking about Ezra Bridger. He's that Phoenix character, versatile Phoenix attacker that can perform a variety of effects based on the roles of allies. And the one that we're going to be taking a look at is 7 stars, fully geared. And he's provided by my ally, my homie Obi Kryze from Team Instinct, and we actually have him on the in this video. What's up, Obi?
Hey, what's up? I'm
How's
doing good.
how's the this new Ezra Bridger character treating you?
Oh, you know me, because I do pay for this shit. So pretty much, he's treating me well, and therefore I can share him with you, so you can share him with the viewers.
Hell yeah, you pay for this stuff, and it works out well for you. You got a wicked team. You're in the really high up there on the SWGOH power team rankings, and and I do thank you for allies like you who help me show off these new characters. So with this Ezra dude, what type what's the best places for him in the game? Is it arena? Is he good in any of the raids?
Well, I have not tried him in Ranker because I don't think the Ranker raid fits his style of how the character plays. Him in Phase 1 of the Heroic AAT is quite well. His multi-hits, he gives some added oomph. Put him in place of what some people would do with Qui-Gon Jinn. That role, I kind of am there because Qui-Gon kind of assists character. So, but he has a stronger attack. He stacks his offense real well in the Heroic AAT. Arena, hit and miss. It really depends. If you're going against a Maul team, if you're going against the Rex teams, he actually dominates quite well. That's pretty much the 3 phases.
That's he seems like a pretty versatile character then. Good for AAT phase 1, hit or miss on arena depending on your opponent. And what's the best ability that this dude brings? Like out of his specials, is it the watch and learn?
Yeah, I mean I. But if you look at what he is able to do, he take away buffs on enemies, and that is phenomenal. And lands it more than Qui-Gon does. And he actually, if I'm right, the turn is either the same or it's one him. So really, I think he makes, unless you have a Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn, he really makes him obsolete. In that he can take over that. A lot of people wanted him to be a game breaker, a game changer. He's not at that level. He's not at an Emperor Palpatine, Xylo, Darth Maul, Zeta. He's not at that where he's gonna Zeta in Ranker, where you got this one tune and he's gonna just dominate 1 or 2 or 3 phases. But he's kind of that guy, like what Jedi Knight Anakin used to be. For some people, still is. That versatile guy you can put in there. That if you don't account for him, he's going to hurt you, and that's what this tune does. I like the assist ability. I like that when he does do the assist, that he hits strong, and obviously that he can take away the buffs because that can save you a lot.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like he has a really good kit to his abilities. I'm excited to take him for a test drive and see what he could do. But let's go take a look at his abilities. Okay, dudes, here we are. It's Ezra Bridger, that light side Jedi Rebel Phoenix attacker. That's pretty cool that he's a Jedi and a Rebel and Phoenix. So this dude's has a lot going with them in the factions. And But as you can see, this one's a power level of 9200, 7 stars, level 85. And let's take a look at his basic, the rushing strike. This thing deals physical damage to a target enemy with a 40% chance to attack again, so he has that double mollywop going for him. And if Ezra has no debuffs, the chance is doubled. So if he has no red above his head, that's pretty good odds that he's going to be doing that old double mollywop. And then he has his flourish, that's his special. This thing deals physical damage to a target enemy and dispels all buffs on them, so he's taking the red off their heads. And if the enemy has no buffs, this attack's cooldown is reduced by 1, and Ezra gains 50% turn meter instead. That's pretty wicked right there, because he could take the red off somebody's heads, and if you really need some turn meter bumps with him, you could and there's nobody with the red above their head, you could get that too, and a cooldown. Then he has his other special, the Watch and Learn. This thing is when you target an ally that attacks, and then Ezra assists with them, dealing 20% more damage. Both attackers gain a bonus effect based on the chosen ally's roll. If you choose an attacker, you're going to get a plus 100% crit for this attack. If you choose one of your tanks, you get a protection up 40% for 2 turns, and if you choose a support dude, it's going to be plus 40% turn meter gain. That's pretty wicked right there. I like how they're adding these the targeted ally things that just bring on stuff like this. It is a lot to remember though when you're trying to use this dude in action. Do you find it hard to remember what all of his specials are?
Yeah, to be honest with you, if I'm on a time crunch, I just use them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Oh, okay, he buffed that guy. I mean, the cool thing about him is if you forget, as long as you have people alive, he's going to benefit you. If you remember and you're really good and you're strategic, and matches quicker for you. But predominantly, you pick a guy, you're like, okay, I think he can hit hard. And busts happen or they don't happen. But, for me, the way I play him, I really don't have any big hitters with him. So it doesn't really matter the crit, so he's benefiting anybody that I pick.
Yeah, that's true. Because it would get, especially in arena, those matches go by so quick. It's just, I could see where you're going with that. But let's take a look at his unique. It's the push through. This thing Ezra gains 10% offense at the end of his turn. The effects can stack up to 40%. This bonus is reset when Ezra is defeated. So if he gets revived, that whole thing starts all over again. But that's a pretty good one. Stacking up the offense is up right there, up to 40%. So when you modded him, what do you have any type of what's your recommendation on mods for this dude?
Well, not what you see there. When I approached you originally, I had him modded the way I wanted because I was actually using him in arena, and as you can see, there's a lot of speed on those mods, a lot of crit damage and crit chance. I tried to give him some protection, but again, you see those mods have decent speed, so he ends up gaining. I mean, he's in the 200s, 212 or something. But my goal for him, because of the stack, people are like, oh, 40% stack is nothing. You have awesome offensive mods with awesome offensive, substats in there. But I'll even use main. I'll get an offensive triangle of cross. I'll get an offensive arrow because I have one that has like 15 speed as a secondary. So I'll end up getting that, and he'll still be in the 200s in speed, but all that offense adds up because as it stacks, if you get up to 40% bonus onto that, he ends up hitting extremely hard. And crit chance or crit, or maybe crit chance as a main set should be a 4 set of offense
That
damage.
that makes sense with his that stacking.
And when I did that, later on, you'll show a couple arena battles against actually top 25, top 30 in the world teams that are in my shard. And you know what? They even told me, they're like, "Man, your Ezra hits hard. I mean, he's amazing. He's fast." And at that time, you'll see that Ezra, high offense, and he had, I think it's his speed was like 231 or something. So I mean, he had over like nearing 100, if not more, added speed. So he was just going constantly, and evidently they were saying he was critting up to 28,000 on a hit.
That's pretty good,
That's
right?
yeah, that's with stacking. When I did use him, you'll see there I had a lot of cleansers to keep green over his head. Over your head means you're dead. So pretty much green is go. So as long as he has green, he hits harder. He stacks, he hits harder, and so you'll see that when you show the videos, that you'll see that I have Xeris, I have General Kenobi, hard hitters. He's my hard hitter in that one.
That's pretty good.
But
Especially because if you're saying he's the hard hitter out of those hard hitters, then he must really be a hard hitter. But as you can see, the numbers that Obi got him bumped up to, his health is at 18,000, protection of a whopping 31,000, a speed of 218. That's frickin' fast. And then some really good crit damage there. And but with this dude, he's suggesting a 4 mod set of offense and then some crit chance, right?
yes, crit chance. You really don't need potency or anything with him. He's going to land his stuff. So pretty much, you need crit chance so that maybe you can crit up when he does his offensive stacking. So offense, crit chance, and like I said, when I had that, I literally had him either 238 or 243 speed. He was, I mean, fast. So you can get him fast. You have to have primo mods. Got it. Because like I said, I pay for this shit. But I'll tell you this, is I do that so that I can actually theory craft and figure stuff out for the free-to-play, because eventually they're going to catch up. Eventually you guys will catch up, and then you'll know way beforehand what you want to get for each character.
Yeah, that's what I love about being a free to play is dudes like you set this the just the pre just kind of figure out all these cool ass metas and teams and comps and all this stuff, and then it's like, oh cool, I want to build that team, and then but I know ahead of what it's gonna be like. But
Mhm.
let's go take a look at one of those battles that you did. Okay, dudes, here we are. It's a battle that Obi Kryze provided. He's going to walk us through his thoughts and what was going on in here. But let's do this shit, Obi.
Okay, let's do. Okay, as you're going to see, our boy Ezra there, standing in the middle, looking all proud. So, why do I have a weak team? And a lot of people say this would be weak in the sense of offense. Wear people down, build up Ezra's offense, strike people for 20k. The goal, obviously, to do that is to have green over his head, because red is dead for Ezra. You don't want red. Cleanser in the game is my lead. He manipulates Terminator, which gets Ezra going quicker. Rex, and then I got Chase. Chase, the combo, probably the most OP combo. I'd say they're even more OP than Wigs. It's just because they keep you alive. Wigs can kill, but they can die. So pretty much, you can't go wrong with them. Truth is really good in that he can actually cleanse. He can give health. A lot of green over the head of Ezra. And then same thing with General Kenobi. Sad that he's only 5-star. He should be 6 in about 2 days. 4 stars is good because it gives him more protection, and then you can manipulate your mods for defense. So, even though he's very capable at 5'7". So he's kind of a weakness on this team. But he's there for what purpose? Is on defense. There's really no better defense than General Kenobi. And again, he will give retribution. He will cleanse. He'll put green over the head of Ezra. Equals victory. So go ahead. We're going to run this one. And if I'm right, I think it's against Guzman 08, I believe. I think it's him. It could be Broda. But so I'm going for either 1 or 2 here. And as you can see, my first move, obviously, to try to put green over the head and keep green over the head for Ezra. As you'll see, I keep on doing it. People are like, well, aren't you wasting those? Not really, because if they keep green over his head, he'll get going. And once he gets going, he's pretty powerful. So as you can see, I'm kind of whittling away on the tank. Pain in the butt. Another threat, as you're going to see, obviously, is the ticking time bomb with your Darth. Right? And it doesn't help that they have an Emperor Palpatine as fast, because he chews up rebels and Jedi. So pretty much, this looks like I should lose this. What I'm doing here, I keep on putting green over the head. Keep on putting green over the head. He keeps on going. And he keeps on attacking. Do you see that? Boom. He just, and nonstop attacks. And they might not be 50,000, but there's enough of them that they build up and they add up and people die. So we already got rid of Kenobi. And now looks like I'm going after trying to get rid of those people that can shock and hurt me. And he's done now. And look at how Kenobi goes. He gets a retribution. They all attack. He's able to, because there's green over their head, he's able to get everyone to attack on his special. And then when they do those attacks, notice Ezra, he keeps on attacking. Because just because he's called up or he does retribution doesn't mean he only attacks once. He can attack a couple times, like you said. Darth Nihilus took out my Kenobi, which is good. And now Darth Nihilus is dead. Unfortunately, he has a Zeta Kylo or Xylo. So if you look at it, 3 tunes, really it could have been 5-0 victory if I played it right, but time took a little over 2 minutes, victory. Now we're going to look at one where there's defeat.
Okay, dude, so you just saw Obi Kryze with his crushing victory, but now he's going to show us over some of the weaknesses with this Ezra team. So let us take it over, Obi. Let us know where the faults are in this battle.
Okay, so as you saw the victory, people are like, why didn't you go to 1? It wasn't my payout. I was a couple hours away. I talked to these guys. I let them know, because we're in Discord together, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm recording, and therefore I'm going to attack 1. Out of respect, because Broda was up for his payout. I wanted to make sure I respected that. Times, short, yeah, you couldn't fight to be number 1, and probably should be number 1. You know what? Sometimes, as because if you get along, you can enjoy yourselves more. So then that's why I try to do. So I don't go after Broda. I went after Guzman. Hey, Goose, I went after you. Your team was, as you can see, Broda and Guzman pretty much have the same team. It gave me the same effect. And then the next person I went after, because I knew I would probably get defeated, was Sky Stroller. Now, Sky Stroller, to him, top 15, 20 in the world, and he plays just as good. He's a perfect gentleman. So pretty much, I want to give Sky Stroller props, and so I went after 3 instead of 1, trying to honor the brotherhood of 1, I guess. And so going after Sky Stroller, I kind of had a feeling I was in trouble. And if you look at his team, Paul chews up rebels and Jedi. especially Jedi. And so I knew I was in trouble there. Then you have Emperor Palpatine to choose up rebels. You know I was in trouble there. And then, oh, look, Chase, which is a delay tactic. And then the pain in my butt is B2. And you'll see why B2 is so strong in this against my type of team. So go ahead, let's play this battle. Okay, so I use the same team. I thought of adjusting, but I'm like, no, people need to see the good and the bad. So as you can see right away, oh, look, they're stunned. And they actually have tenacity mods on, but it doesn't matter. They're stunned. Okay, so he's fast. This one, I think he's at about 239, 240. So he's pretty fast right now. Let's do him first. Figure out, okay, who do I want to go after? And I figured, you know what, just try to get rid of the B2 because the and your Emperor Palpatine are going to pretty much going to happen. They're going to cloak, dodge meta. You go after your stinking Chase with this weak team, and they're just going to heal themselves and just bounce off each other. So who do you go after? Well, you go after the guy that's going to put red over your head because red equals dead. But by doing that, look what happened. Maul put red over my head. It looks like I'm doing quite well in that I got rid of the B2, but it's already done. The battle, I already lost the battle. Because it forced me to lose my tempo. His team forced me to go after B2 first, which led into the rest of his tunes being in a strong position. Mine are weak. I've already lost Truth. You never lose Truth that quick, but I already did because I was sucked into going after B2. Truth's dead. I got green over the head, but unfortunately, they have Chase, and I don't have enough firepower. You'll see my General Kenobi has been whacked on. He's barely hanging on. And I think, yeah, the AI goes right after him. And once Kenobi's gone, once Druid's gone, it's over. So for some stupid reason, that's pretty much my only option. I go out to Druid. Then look at that. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Utter victory. I think I got 2 tunes. Ooh. Aren't I good? Okay, so he's going. And yeah, it's a slow death.
Those are pretty painful to watch sometimes.
Yeah. Slow death. And look, it's mocking me. It's like, you know what? I'm going to cleanse. I'm just going to make it slow for you. So, but that shows you the weakness of this team. It really doesn't have firepower. Get the stacking going. If you have a 1-tune team and you're trying to protect that tune, in defeat. Put a B2 in there, rough them up, and guess what? Eventually, you're going to whittle down that 1 tune or that protection. Yeah, I did. Whittle down my General Kenobi. It took out my Chirrut in like 2 moves, and Ezra had nothing left. Equals dead. And that's pretty much the weakness of Ezra. He, in the right scheme, you can use Ezra. Against Rex teams, against teams themselves that might not be super strong, you can actually use them in a Wigs team. Wigs with him and Sabine, which we're going to get into tomorrow maybe, because I'm going to hopefully be the first one in the world to get her. I already have everything set, 60,000 crystals ready to go, and I'm ready to show her to you tomorrow. But pretty much, I think those 2 with maybe a Kenobi protecting them would be a strong team, or a Chase Wigs with a Sabine, Chase Wigs with a Ezra would be strong teams, especially where Ezra kind of helps your allies. Sabine punishes them, not your allies, the enemy. Only armor, and it cannot be avoided. It cannot, the moment it happens, and it can stack. Yeah, it's game over. So if you can just hit hard with her, like with the Wigs, they have no armor. And can you imagine Wigs going off with tunes that have no armor? I think Sabine will be more the game changer. than Ezra, but I think Ezra will have a place. And it might be as a new Wigs combo with Sabine. I don't know. But I'll let you know tomorrow.
You heard it from Obi Kryze. I really enjoyed watching those battles. Okay, dude, so you just saw that. Some Ezra action in the arena battles. Um, any what's your final thoughts or um,
Well,
anything that advice you could give on Ezra on people who should they get him, should they not get him, just anything?
I think you should because I think I have an inkling that with Sabine and him, they might be a good team on a team that bridges the gap. I do not see Sabine being the big change for Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix is going to be that team that's going to rock the world. They just have too many holes. Once Red gets over their head, they fall apart. So pretty much, but I can see them being used in a Wigs, coming back alive, strong, taking over meta with them, Wigs, and like a General Kenobi or a Chase Wigs with a Sabine Chase Wigs with a Ezra. I could see that actually able to defend with the AI because how the AI plays it, from what I've been told, it plays Ezra really well. By some top guys, they said that Ezra really, the AI knows how to play him. So if the AI knows how to play Sabine too, you might have a new Chase Wigs super rebel team that you can utilize. And so
you mean on defense, like if the AI,
yes,
how they control you?
yeah, exactly. Evidently, they do Ezra. The AI does Ezra well. I'm thinking if they end up doing Sabine the way she is, you can't really not do her well. What she does is devastating. So pretty much, I would say that they might be working well together on defense.
Especially with his assists and double hits, and then she has the same on her basic, right? Doesn't she like bring
Yes.
double hits even more than that, depending on certain situations?
Yes, like 70%, 30%, depending on protection, health, or something like that. The key though is that going, I'm going to have her fast, like in the 240s. The more you get her going, the more devastating she becomes because she stacks that anti. Yeah, actually has a new mechanic. Ezra is he can actually trip her to go faster. She's support, so he'll get her turn meter going faster. Which, if she's in the 240s and she's getting turn meter, she's then destroying their defense. As she destroys her defense, you have a Wigs will chew them up. It'll be like butter. No defense. You can have General Kenobi. It doesn't matter if he has no defense. He'll get chewed up in 2 or 3 shots with the Wigs. So I think Wigs is going to see a huge comeback with Sabine and Ezra. You just have to have a good tank, most likely a good General Kenobi to protect them because he's great on defense. And then you'll be good. Or if you don't have him, you do a Chase with the Wigs and you just decide, I either want Sabine or I want Ezra. Whatever your game style is, and then you use it. I think that is going to be the change. Not a lot of people are saying it. Theory crafting, I see Wigs come back.
It'll be interesting to see where these Phoenix characters take the meta. Do you think for someone like me who does the free-to-play, do you think 3-star Sabine or Ezra or any of these Phoenix dudes are valid or worthy?
Yeah. I think 3 and 4 stars are because you saw how Chase was used. I remember Chase used at 3, 4, and 5 star, and they were just as capable as now. Yeah, once you get more stars, they get more protection, a little more survivability. But if you're gear 11 and you have good mods, a 3-star tune is as good as a 7. And you'll see some of these great teams that are first page SWGOH. Guess what? They'll be running 4, 5, 6 star if they don't have them. They'll run them, but they'll be geared to the max, and they'll have their mods, and they're just as effective. The only thing is, if they're not 7-star, you cannot use them in raids. That's the only thing. But in arena, they're just as good. In these little events that come up, they're just as good. So yeah, it's just all you're limiting yourself as free to play is the ability to use them immediately in a uh, a rank or AAT or whatever new raid might come out. So really, I think for you, especially because you have wigs, right?
Yes.
Most play guys have wigs. Guess what? If they're going to make wigs viable, then all you need is your 7-star wigs, a 7-star, good tank to protect them. Who knows? Maybe that stinking tank from, was it Rogue One or whatever that tank was, that rebel tank that came out, the Pathfinder. He
Oh
might have a,
yeah.
because look at what he does. He
Because
takes away offense.
he revives, does offense down.
He does offense down. So now you're going to have offense down with him. Sabine's going to destroy their defense where they'll never get it back. Now they can't hit you, and you go through them like butter. So, I mean, right there, Wiggs, Sabine, tank, Pathfinder. Boom. Free to play can do it.
It'll be
You'll most
interesting.
likely have 3 of those. Yeah. And guess what? They'll have enough firepower that these big pay to play, whales like me, guess what? They'll be losing because firepower that can be protected. And if you can't be protected, it doesn't matter how much you pay. Because guess what? The game's a game. You play it. And if they have a better, faster, stronger tune, you know. So I think these type of characters are good, and that's bridging the gap between pay to play and free to play. It's not bridging it when it comes to raids, because most likely they'll have 7 stars and you won't. But it is bridging it in arena and in special events.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But I just want to thank my ally Obi Kryze for being in this video. Hoping to see him in some more upcoming ones. And he does have his own channel. Just go out there, check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. He is unable to put some content out there, but he does have some, so just keep checking back, and he'll be putting some new content out there soon. But thanks, Obi, for sharing your Ezra, and looking forward to working with you in the future.
Yeah, same here. Urban, thank you.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.